Good day, guys, and welcome back to Intellect Academy. So, still on sample problems, we have sample problem 2, still on the DC circuit. Now, this problem is from the diagram. Okay, now, so we have the question on the board. So, the question says, from the circuit below, determine the battery voltage V, the total resistance of the circuit, the value of those resistance, R1 and R2, given the potential difference across R1 and R2 as 526 volts respectively. So we can see that from this question, it is what? A series connection. So I've told you in every step in involving engineering, you write down what? The given parameters. So in this question, we have solution. So we have to write our what? Given parameters. So we have given parameters. So what are the given parameters? So first of all, we are given what? The current. So the total current flowing through this circuit, which is IT, is equal to what? 4 ampere. We have what? R1, R2, and R3 with respect to what? The potential difference. So the PD is what? For R1 it is what? 5. So we have V1 is equal to 5 volts. V2 is equal to what? 2 volts. V2, 2 volts. Wow. So we have V3 is equal to what? 6 volts. So these are the given parameters. So the first thing they say we should calculate is what? The battery voltage. So we have the first thing, which is battery voltage, which is given by V. So take note, the battery voltage in this case, the sum of the voltage individual resistance. So we have that for V1, VI, we know that VI is equal to what? V1 plus V2 plus V3. So we said that the battery, we said that in our last video, that the volt supplied is equal to the sum of those individual what? Volts. So if we do that, we have that the total voltage, which is the battery source, is equal to what? 5 plus 2 plus 6. 5 plus 2 is 7. 7 plus 6 is what? 13, right? So we have 13 volts. This is the value of what? The battery volt. So now, in the next part of the equation, they say you calculate what? The total resistance. So the total resistance can be gotten from Ohm's law. So Ohm's law says that the total voltage is equal to what? Current total multiplied by resistance total. Now the total is not attached to this formula, but for this case, we are dealing with the total parameters of the total voltage, the total current, and total resistance. So now we have to make the RO subject formula. So we have RO is equal to what? V over what? I. So when we do that, we know that this is what? 13. We have 13 over 4. So 13 over 4 is what? It should give us 3 point. So we have the total resistance of what? 3.25 ohms. So this is how we calculate the total resistance, knowing that the total voltage is what? 13 volts, and the total current is what? 4 ampere. So when we divide that, we have 3.25 ohms. The concept is very, very easy. So now what did they say we should calculate next? The value of the resistance R1 and R2 and also R3, given that the PD across R1 and R2 are what? 5 to 6 respectively. So the next thing to calculate is what? The individual what? Resistance. So now take note, for us to calculate for resistance 1, for R1, we know that from Ohm's law, we say that V1 is equal to what? I multiplied by R. But we said that the current is equal through the circuit, so we are using I total. But now we're dealing with what? R1. So this will be what? R1. Is that understandable? So therefore, when we point to this answer, what will we have? So we have that Making arrow one subject formula, what do we have? Arrow one is equal to what? V over what? V1 over what? I total, right? So we have arrow one as what? V1 was what? 5. We have 5 divided by what? 4. 1.25. This is the value of the ohms. 1.25, right? So now for arrow 2. For arrow 2, we have that V2 is equal to what? I total multiplied by arrow 2. When we make arrow 2 trouble formula, we have arrow 2 is equal to what? V2 over what? I total. When we do that, we have that arrow 2 is equal to what? 2. Sorry, we have it here. So we have V2 to be what? 2. So we have 2 over what? 4. We have what? 0.5 or 1 over 2. So we have 0.5 ohms. So arrow 3 will be equal to what? V3 over what? I total. So this will give us what? 6 over 4, which is equal to what? 2 point, okay, 1.5. So we have this as 1.5 ohms. So therefore, this is the concept when solving equation like this, where the resistance are unknown, but the small trick is that they give us the total current and they give us the voltage of the individual resistors. The concept is easy. You calculate the total battery voltage, which is the sum of what? The individual voltage of the resistors. We did that by adding them. We have 5 plus 2 plus 6. We got this as what? 13 volts. The next question was what? To calculate total resistance. Now the total resistance is gotten from Ohm's law, where we are dealing with total quantities. The total voltage is equal to the total current multiplied by what? The total resistance. The total resistance, we made this subject formula. We have V total over I total. We did that. We have 13 over 4, which gives us 3.25 ohms. The next concept was what? We should calculate what? The value for what? The individual resistors. We did that by even also applying Ohm's law, what we did here. So we did that, knowing that the individual voltages are what? 5, 2, and 6 respectively. So the concept is easy. In our next class, we'll be talking on what? Sample problem involving parallel connection. Thank you very much.